My name is Gary Schotten, and today I'm going to talk about wearing many hats. You know, that's just kind of a slogan or a saying, because at times, as a business owner and as an entrepreneur, I have to deal with a wide range of subjects and issues and have a wide range of knowledge. Now, that didn't happen overnight, and I'm not making this sound like it's overnight. I'm just saying through the process of time, we have to, and you will have to, wear many hats. You know, you could have a baseball hat, you could have a fireman's hat, you could have a hard hat, you could have all kinds of hats. Well, in business, the first hat that I had to wear was to be a salesperson, a salesman. And I had to learn how to make a sale, because my first business ownership was a moving and storage company. And the problem was I had only a car pulling a horse trailer, and I was using my home phone for people to call me, and I had no sign, no advertisement at all. How am I going to have someone call that number? So I had to both market and sell. I had to wear that hat. And I had an idea, and I said, well, I noticed in the newspaper that there was services, and one of them I could put my ad in there. It says, "Let me help you move. I have a trailer," and I did that. But right next to that was the houses for sale section. Wow, they're giving me a signal. Everybody that moves, everybody that sells a house, most likely there's somebody moving out of that house and moving back into that house. Wow, that's a tip. I now have the ability to target market my people with my phone. Now, I didn't have a cell phone back then. I just had to sit at my desk, and I used my home phone. And I just started taking these newspapers when they had these pages, and I didn't even buy the newspaper because I could always find a day-old paper. Old news doesn't cost anything. And I would take it, and I made myself some cards, like recipe cards, so I didn't call some people twice. And I had a little system. I filed them according to their phone number, and I took notes in pencil so that I could erase and change on these cards. And I just started calling people. I said, "Ma'am, I noticed," or somebody would answer and say, "Sir, I noticed your house was on sale in the newspaper for sale." They said, "Oh, yes." I said, "Well, if that's the case, most likely you would be maybe considering a moving when the house sells." "Oh, yeah, I might be doing that." So I would go ahead and give them a little pitch on, think of us as the moving company that could move them in some way or another. And probably half the time, they were actually sort of pleased that I called. I was a telemarketer. And so I would keep track of that. And before I hung up, I'd say, "Would you mind if I called you back in about a month?" And they said, no, don't bother me. Well, how about 2 months? Okay, well, that'd be all right. So I'd put my note. I had a little filing system, and in 2 months, I'd call them back. That's how I learned to market and sell. And then I had to explain our services. I mean, I'm talking, nobody explained this to me. I had to wear the hat of marketing, the hat of sales. Then guess who did the moving? I did. When I made a sale, I got in my car with my buddy, because we needed 2 of us, and we went out and moved these people. So I learned how to load the furniture. I learned how to handle the furniture. I learned what to be careful about. I learned a ton of stuff. So I'm now in charge of operations. I'm not only in charge of operations, I'm also the mover. So one step at a time, I got the opportunity to deal with the hands-on with my customers. Well, they paid me. Now I have to learn about accounting. How does accounting work? Now, I'm great with numbers because I'm a graduate engineer, but those are different numbers. Designing a steel beam that will hold up the weight on a design of a building is different than putting numbers into your accounting system and understanding how do you make a profit, or are you making a profit. I had to understand, and I went to my accountant and I said, "I don't understand how these numbers really work. Will you train me?" So they trained me. Then I had to figure out how to start using a computer. This is way before our fast computers now. These were old, cumbersome, slow, very slow, basic computers. But I'm on top of it. I'm creating now a training system. So this idea of wearing many hats, I've done it. I have to train people because now I am hiring people, and I train my salesmen. This is in the moving business. I had 5 salespeople. I had a sales manager. I managed myself, the sales department. Then I hired a manager. I had to train people how to get their special driver's license that allowed them to drive this big semis, these big trucks, legally on the roads. I had to learn how to drive that. I had to get my own driver's license. Later on, I had to be agent for a major van line, so I had it certified to be able to drive across the country. One step by step by step. I'm still wearing all of these same hats in one degree or another because I'm dealing right now with my insurance. I have to know enough about my insurance to be sure that I'm getting the insurance policies that are covering all the aspects I need at a fair price. I'm dealing with my accountant because we're ready to pay taxes at a time period where our taxes are this next week. I'm going to be dealing with that. I wear that hat. I sometimes tell these people, I says, well, you know, haven't had this hat on for about a year, but I think I can make it fit again, and I get familiar with it again. I'll never do somebody else's taxes. I don't hardly even want to do my own, but it's got to be done. So I put that hat on. One thing after another. Now I'm putting on a hat of other things. How to do these videos. See, nobody showed me how to do these videos. I'm wearing the hat on how to be the videographer. That's me. I'm also doing the editing. That's me. I'm also putting them on in YouTube. That's me. I'm also, because I'm getting ready to have someone else do that as this grows and expands. You understand? It's continually learning. It's continually wearing more than one hat. If this is not pleasing to you, you may want to consider not trying to go the route of an entrepreneur, because you will probably have to wear a lot of hats. And I'm not saying other people don't, but you have to be quite diverse in your ability. And that doesn't mean you do all these things. I don't do the bookkeeping. Somebody else does the bookkeeping. But I'm the one that makes the decisions, and I help solve the problems if something's not right. So you're going to have to be diverse. Wear more than one hat. You're not stuck in one little cubicle. That's why I like this. I like wearing more than one hat. And if you're a true entrepreneur, you're going to like that. It's going to be times that it's going to be tough, but at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, you're going to be happy that you followed God's plan for your life and you provided jobs for others, and you're going to be a success. I hope these help. Share these if you would. We're happy to be a part of your life. Thank you.